Yo guys, and welcome to my review of episode 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. Sorry that this review is going up a bit late, I had just a pretty busy week, so yeah, that's why. Overall, I really like this episode. I definitely enjoyed it more than episode 1. I think it set up everything a lot better than episode 1 did. I really liked the Men in Black reference. I think this is one of the most blatantly obvious references that Bridge has done to another media. I like Manabu. You can definitely tell that he's a descendant of Gakuto, and I like that he isn't instantly friendly with everyone. Most of the time it's they get defeated and they instantly become friends. That's kind of what Sevens did a lot. So I definitely like that. I mean, the duel was fairly basic, that's kind of what we expected, and I expect the next couple of duels to be that as well. We still haven't seen any spells or traps be activated. We've seen Yuhi set 3 traps, but he didn't use them ever. And we also haven't seen a fusion or a maximum, so yeah, we're probably gonna have a few more tutorial duels, but I do like still how they're doing these, it makes a lot of sense. One thing that I love is that Manabu uses a Pyro deck, a specifically Pyro Burn deck, which I don't think we've had a Pyro deck, let alone a Burn one, since Axel in GX, which is really cool. I also absolutely adore Galactica Oblivion. It really is like a Firewall Galaxy Eyes fusion, and it's really cool. Now let's talk about the big parts of this episode. First, we find out that Yuhi and Yuamu inherited the position at UTS from their parents, specifically from their father. Now, if this is Yuga or not, we don't know. We're going to probably find out fairly soon. Nyandastar says that everyone that works at UTS are elderly, and most of the time when you say elderly, you mean grandparents, but it could have just been an insult. There's definitely a lot more to this than it's shown, specifically at how Galleon says they inherited it from their father and then corrects himself and says the former president, so that's really weird. I also really liked what they did with Yuamu in this episode. They showed just how smart she is. She could instantly tell that Manabu was lying, and then she says at the end, oh, we actually could have defeated you at any point if we used our 8.8 million countrymen, so I really like that. But now we get into the UDS portion of this episode, which was, to me, the best part of the episode by far. We see him struggle to tribute for Galactica Oblivion because during the beginning of the war, Zwaijo sacrificed himself for Udius, and now Udius doesn't want to sacrifice his monsters to summon Galactica Oblivion. This is really fascinating because obviously we know that Zwaijo survived, so this opens a lot of doors about, did Zwaijo actually plan to sacrifice himself? Was there a lot more to this, which I'm guessing there is? Was this whole thing planned out from the start by Zwaijo? Could he maybe actually work for the enemy instead of for Velgear? I'm really excited to find out more about Zwaijo, and I really hope that they do this storyline well because it has so much potential. But yeah, overall a really solid episode, and I'm excited to see where we go in the future. We know next week is Yuamu versus the Chupacabra alien, so yeah. But now I wanted to transition into the opening real quick. I've seen a lot of people complain how there are too many reused shots and things we've seen in the trailer and stuff. One thing that I think people need to keep in mind is that Bridge changes their openings so much. I mean, opening 1 of 7's changed like 10 times throughout the show, and I think that's fine as long as they don't do the thing that they did with Goha Yuga, where they changed him in the last 4 episodes and then we only see him for the last two, I think that's fine. I definitely think there's something that they're trying just not to spoil for us. I also think it wouldn't make sense for them to use like a silhouette of Yuga or Luke, because at that point that would just take away from the show, because everyone would be focused on when those characters would appear. We also see Yuamu's ace, which is a dragon, which is really cool. We haven't had a female lead like ace dragon since Aki or Akiza, which is really cool. Also, we might find out what the time between 7th and Go Rush is a lot sooner than we think. In the opening there is a girl that definitely looks like she's a part of the Itachi family, and if she has the same issue as Mimi had, where she's actually like 30 or 40 years old but she looks like she's 10, then it would make sense for her to be Yoshio's daughter, which would then probably mean that this was a 40 or 50 year time skip, which is really cool. But yeah, don't worry, the opening will change. I give it like 10 episodes max until we see the first change happen. But yeah, those were my thoughts on episode 2 and the first opening of Go Rush. I would love to hear your thoughts and your theories in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week. Oh, and by the way, I finally made a Twitter account, which I'm going to leave in the description below.